In the late decades of the 19th century, wide disparities in wealth continued to exist. Most of the European population consisted of people from the lower classes, and the upper class consisted of less than 5% of the population. The quality of life was much better for the wealthy, and much of the lower class lived rough lives and were landholding peasants, agricultural laborers, and sharecroppers. It is understandable that a peasant would want to be a wealthy aristocrat, and sometimes the poor would rise in class and social status because they would invest properly, usually in land and estates.
Although wealth was very important in determining a man's status, it wasn't everything. A wife could advance or lower one's status. Also, marriage was something that people aspired, even the rich. Because it was desirable for both men and women, a large portion of the upper class was happy with their riches, but unhappy overall because they couldn't find a spouse. For most women, marriage was viewed as the only honorable and available career. There was a specific instance in the 19th century when this was the case. Stefan and Rocco were two regular men in their respected social classes until one day they realized they were unhappy and wanted something more. The following historical film is exactly how this event transpired about 200 years ago.
Now this is the story all about how the upper class is great and we are like wow. Now just take a minute and sit right there. I'll teach you all about the classes and how it's unfair. In industrialized Europe, I was born and raised. In the lower class, I spent most of my days working in factories and not at all cool, admiring the upper class and how they rule. Thinking to myself that one day I could be in the upper class and life would be good. Started investing in land and estates to make my fortune grow and everything great. I saw some plutocrats the other day, just like aristocrats in a slightly different way. Always wanted to be just like them, made my investments and expected mayhem. First class, yo, this isn't bad. Now I have wealth, but still kinda sad. Is this really the upper class life? I just need to find myself a wife. Women are thought to be inferior, but one in my life would make me superior. Most women chase to marry, like my wife did here. We use birth control because of pregnancy fear. Birth rates were incredibly low. My wife wanted a baby and decided no. So now I'm married in the upper class. I'm also childless.
So typical, yes.